Welcome to your Barbados Today evening news update for Tuesday, January 15. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Thanks for joining us. A 42-year-old man is this country's latest murder victim. Daryl Harris of Barbados Gardens, Barbados Hill, St. Michael, lost his life after he was shot multiple times this morning. Our Kareem Smith was there and has a full report.
It was weeping and wailing here at Barbados Gardens in St. Michael as Barbados recorded the third murder for 2019. 42-year-old Daryl Harris, alias Rusty, the father of 13 children, met his death after being sprayed with bullets in what appears to be an execution-style killing. On the ground outside his home lay Daryl's hat, the bucket which he was sitting on, and a pair of crutches which he used to help him get around. Under police escort, he was rushed to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, but wouldn't survive the journey. Around the community, tears flowed freely as some neighbors and family came to grips with the devastating turn of events.
I don't know to what helped, like what happened and stuff like that. I don't know what would lead up to this.
The words of his sister, Kathy Harris, whose daughter was preparing tea and cleaning for her uncle just moments before he was gunned down. The country's third murder victim, Daryl, escaped a close call with danger when he and 48-year-old Adrian Todd were shot last December at Hinkson Gap, New Orleans. The injuries to Daryl's legs left him partially immobile, forcing him to depend on the crutches along with friends and family for assistance.
Everybody got the differences. My brother was loving. Some people they get themselves into trouble, things do happen. But my brother was a loving person.
His murder, along with two others in just over a week, have raised concern among law enforcement officials. They are asking citizens to take every precaution in the interest of their safety.
On this side, we'll be doing all that we can to ensure that the public is safe and that members of the public can go about their duties without undue fear.
Police are also asking for the public's assistance in cracking the case. Kareem Smith for Barbados Today.
Thanks, Kareem. Harris is the third person to be shot and killed over the last 8 days. Shaquille Toppin lost his life when he was shot on January 8th, while Ronald Rudder died in a similar manner on January 11. Meantime, a 33-year-old man is nursing injuries to various parts of his body following a shooting incident at St. Martin's, St. Philip last night. Police say Brian Anthony Oland Hunt of Harmony Lodge in the same parish was attending a radar fire promotion at Bungle's Hideaway around 11:10 last night when he was shot in the abdomen, left hand and back. He was transported to the Queen Elizabeth Hospital by private transportation for treatment. And police are asking anyone with information that can assist with their investigations to contact police emergency number 211, Crime Stoppers at 1-800-8477 or the nearest police station. In other news, steps are being put in place to ensure that the over 300 complaints remaining to be heard by the Employment Rights Tribunal are done so in a timely manner. That's the word from Minister of Labour and Social Partnership Relations, Colin Jordan. Speaking during the Employment Rights Amendment Bill 2019 at the first sitting of Parliament for the year, Jordan revealed that while 346 complaints had been received by the tribunal's secretariat, only 14 cases had been heard so far.
This situation is not one that can be allowed to continue. We must work assiduously to get this backlog reduced and eliminated. I would want to say that the tribunal chair has been already working with the registrar and reviewing complaints so that as soon as this amendment passes and the oaths and affirmations are taken, they will be ready to move swiftly ahead in terms of hearing cases.
The minister said in an effort to help dispense justice in a speedier manner, they were looking into the possibility of having more than one tribunal meet at the same time.
I am pleased to indicate, Mr. Speaker, even though estimates have not yet been laid, and even though we do not yet know what our budgets for 2019-2020 will be, as a ministry, we have included in our estimates for 2019-2020 provision that will allow for additional secretarial support, additional equipment that will allow 2 and possibly 3 tribunals to sit simultaneously.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
On the regional scene, St. Lucia records a decrease in its suicide rate. The Health and Wellness Department recorded 3 suicides last year compared to 13 in 2017. We get more in this report from HTS News Force.
Consultant psychiatrist Dr. Julius Gilead highlighted the changes in the suicide rates over the last 3 years.
As was noted, between 2015 and 2017, there was an average of about 7 to 8 completed suicides for the year, and that was after the National Helpline was started. But in 2017, there was a bump up to 13, which we saw a decrease last year to 3.
Dr. Gilead applauded the suicide prevention efforts of the department, especially with the support of the National Helpline and also sensitization activities. The consultant psychiatrist also noted that despite the decrease in suicide rates, the department will continue to embark on initiatives to mask significant gains in suicide prevention.
And on the international front, British Prime Minister Theresa May's Brexit deal has suffered a heavy defeat. The Brexit deal, which sets out the terms of Britain's exit from the EU on March 29, was rejected by 230 votes, the largest defeat for a sitting government in history.
The noes have it. The noes have it. The Prime Minister.
It was widely expected that the draft divorce settlement between the UK government and European Union over Brexit would be rejected by the British Parliament. And that's what happened on a grand scale. And Prime Minister Theresa May met it with a bold move, inviting her opposition to call a no-confidence vote on her own government. In other words, she's dared them to try and get her fired.
The government has heard what the House has said tonight, but I ask members on all sides of the House to listen to the British people who want this issue settled and to work with the government to do just that.
And the Labour Party accepted the challenge. The vote's on Wednesday.
The result of tonight's vote is the greatest defeat for a government since the 1920s in this House.
The deal the Prime Minister has been pushing for months lost with 202 votes versus 432, rejected by both hardliners and pro-EU lawmakers. It means the political and economic turmoil for Britain isn't going away.
And that's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us off on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media in bus terminals, as well as Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.